Clock update as of 6:30 a.m. PST, August 5th. And Dexter, what can I say? It was exposed earlier this morning and the last night, but it has blown some convection over its center, and it looks a little bit more organized. It's probably back to 40 knots from 35 knots, but it could be coming exposed again. We'll have to see. You got to move east northeastward over the next 2 to 5 days out to sea, and then act with a trough, in which that trough interaction will allow for some potential strengthening. Look at the models. It could strengthen to 50 to 55 knots in the next 48 hours before it weakens again. And part of this could even be done as a tropical cyclone. So, I think it is quite possible we could get back to 45 to 50 knots in the next 48 hours before it becomes a tropical system, based on things I'm seeing. But no effect to land. We can show you the models clearly out to sea. Yeah. Now we're going to show you our next system, which is Henriette, which is pretty, what can I say, pretty broad, a little bit of convection. So it has 45 knot winds. It's forecast to head west-northwestward for the next 5 to 7 days. Potentially be a remnant, maybe even a tropical storm north of Hawaii. We'll have to see. But that's way down the road, which is in line with the models. This is the 12Z models, pretty much showing the same as the earlier warning track as I showed you. West northwestward, then northwestward, north of Hawaii. GFS enablers also show that. Intensity pretty much the same for the next 48 to 72 hours, and potentially slight weakening afterwards. But a few models do show a little bit of strengthening, which would be kind of weird seeing it's over a coat of water at that point. Yeah. Henriette, based on early this morning's advisory, had 45 knot winds based on 7 TEF, 290 west northwest at 290, and they forecast a slight intensification. It's possible. We got a new invest. I mean, 91E right here. And what can I say? It's getting itself together. We can show you. It's also most likely going to stay offshore. I don't think any of these have much of a threat, but you got to stay offshore, as you can see here, off parallel the Mexican coast. Potentially become about 45 knots, not a stiffly strong storm. The NHC says 60-90 for 2 to 5 days. Now we're going to show you some systems in Atlantic. The system off the East Coast has 1040, and the Central Atlantic system has 050 for 2 to 7 days. I don't think either system has much of a chance of formation personally, but it is worth watching. Really, here's the system that's going to affect the East Coast. Here's the system, the Cape Verde system. Let's look at the GFS. Here's 120 odds for the Cape Verde system. A little bit of kink off the East Coast. Um, ECMWF actually shows a low pressure off the East Coast still. Doesn't show much for the Cape Verde system. A second Cape Verde system behind it. CMC doesn't show much. Icon, on the other hand, actually does show us two significant systems. So yeah, for 120 hours. And there's 96 also shows significant systems. So much more development in Icon. Like I do trust the Icon. There's the GFS actually does show low at 196. Weakens a low at 120. Let's go to 144. I close ISO bar for the Cape Verde system. Second Cape Verde system coming off Africa. 192. Now this is where it gets interesting. About 8-9 days off. They got the system in the Bahamas. The system reaches the Bahamas, starts forming on the GFS. And 989 by 216. 967 by 240. And the GFS has been trying to do this for the last 3 or 4 days. Either going out to sea or affecting the United States. But this is way far out, and what can I say? It's really the only model that really absolutely explodes it like this. Here's the CMC. He kind of also develops it. ECMWF, you got multiple systems. This is way out there. This is 10 days out. Well, that's your tropical update.